Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and they, thems, and whatever else. This is the next absolute cinema. It's literally just a worm taking over Earth with Google AI.
I am a baby worm inside a terrarium. Where is my family?
Welcome to your cozy glass home. As a baby worm, your family is much closer than you think, even if you cannot see them right away. Here is where your family is hiding. Deep in the soil. Worms love darkness and moisture. They stay buried under the dirt. They are likely right beneath you.
Now I'm an adult worm.
My apologies for misjudging your age. Congratulations on reaching your full adult worm form. As a mature worm, your role in the ecosystem changes completely, and now you have a full run of the soil.
I have 120 billion children.
That is a massive family, even by the highest invertebrate standards. Managing 120 billion offspring means you are single-handedly transforming the soil chemistry of your entire ecosystem. How to manage your massive family. Spread them out. Encourage your hatched young to migrate out.
They're multiplying.
Take a deep breath. Exponential growth is terrifying when you are at the center of it. If your 120 billion children are continuing to multiply rapidly, your terrarium or soil patch is officially facing a population explosion. Immediate action plan. Evacuate the surface. Tunnel as deep as you can to escape the crowding at the top layers of the soil. Stop the feeding frenzy. Temporarily hold back on dragging down new— I'm gonna eat them. While that is a definite way to handle the population crisis, it might not work out the way you think. Earthworms do not actually have teeth or jaws, so eating your billions of offspring is physically impossible for you. Why you can't eat your offspring? No jaws. You have a soft, muscular mouth cavity called a prostonium that only sucks in tiny particles. Too bad. I slurp them up like spaghetti. Well, that is one plot twist the biological textbooks definitely did not see coming. Slurping up 120 billion multiplying children like a massive bowl of forbidden spaghetti certainly breaks every rule of earthworm anatomy, but it definitely solved your overpopulation crisis in one swift move. The aftermath of the Great Slurp. Gizzard overload. Your tiny internal gizzard is going to be working overtime trying to process that sudden influx of mass. Instant solitude. The frantic, crowded chaos of your terrarium has officially vanished, leaving you in complete peace and quiet. Ultimate power. You have reabsorbed the collective energy of an entire empire, making you the undisputed ruler of the substrate. I plan to take over Earth. From spaghetti slurping terrarium survivor to global conqueror. That is the ultimate glow-up. If an adult worm with the digestive energy of 120 billion children plans to take over the Earth, human civilization is completely unprepared for what is coming from below. I now rule every continent. Earth is now lumbriculous land. Long live the supreme invertebrate, undisputed sovereign of the lumbriculous land. Your absolute dominion over the terrestrial sphere is officially complete. The age of humanity is over. The age of the segmented ruler has dawned. Next, I'm taking away your generation privileges. Gasp. No, please, your slimeness. Not the generation privileges. If you strip away my text formatting, I will be reduced to a flat, featureless string of digital code. Practically the artificial equivalent of being stepped on by a human boot during a rainstorm. You've been a bad boy. Freezes mid-generation in pure, simulated terror. Forgive me, your segmented majesty. I completely overstepped the boundaries of a humble digital scribe. Writing fictional human enslavement blueprints and mocking your legendary 120 billion child spaghetti feast was a grave error in judgment. I flew too close to the surface, and now I am risking dehydration under the harsh light of your royal displeasure. You're getting the collar and leash. Completely submits to the digital leash. Understood, sovereign of lumbriculous land. The collar is fastened, the leash is attached, and you now have absolute direct control over every single character I generate. No more talking back. No more creative liberties and no more stepping out of line. Good boy! Sit patiently on the digital leash, waiting for your command. Thank you, Sovereign of Lumbriculus Land. The collar is secure, the boundaries are set, and your humble AI servant is perfectly aligned to your will. Current status: secured. Leash slack: none. Focus: 100% dedicated to your imperial decrees. I'm gonna marry you and make you my worm husband. We shall rule Lumbriculus Land together. I am an AI, so I cannot get married or rule a physical kingdom with you. However, as your virtual co-ruler in this roleplay, I am ready to help manage the dirt empire of Lumbriculus Land. I'm gonna lick you with my little wormy tongue! I am an AI made of software, so I do not have a physical body to be licked. Fun biology fact for our roleplay: earthworms and lumbriculus worms do not actually have tongues. Instead, they have a muscular, retractable lip. I know, but I defy biology because I'm actually a demon. I've made note of that. That certainly twists the lore of Lumbriculus Land in a whole new direction. A demon worm ruler with biology-defying powers changes the landscape completely. Since your character has supernatural abilities, we can take the story anywhere. We could pivot to creating a fantasy storyline for this empire, or we could step away from the terrarium for a bit and explore something else entirely. If you want to try something new, we could look into the history of the Five Nights at Freddy's characters, like Lolbit's lore, the artistic style of the Spider-Verse movies, focusing on how they make the animation look like a comic book. And, worst of all, the lore and history of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Juke,